What did your boss say that made you immediately resign? It wasn't said to me, it was said to one of my colleagues. I worked at a small new car dealership in New England. I had worked there for over 5 years as a manager when the current owner sold the dealership. The previous owner was a really nice human being, and he had a gentleman's agreement in handshake with the new owner that he wouldn't let any employees go or change anybody's pay plan. The new owner came in and introduces himself to everyone in the sales department. He proceeded to tell us what a nice guy he is and how he went to church 7 days a week the first few days that he was there. He went back to one of the other department managers outside of sales who had worked there for over 25 years. He walked in and introduced himself as the new owner, and without even a conversation, told him to pack up his desk, that he was fired. The second thing he did was slash all the managers' pay plans by almost half. I give you this information as a background so you understand the morals and lack of honor this gentleman has. Fast forward 5 weeks. They had hired a young man to take the position of sales manager, reporting to the general sales manager. The young man was married, and his wife had cancer and was going through chemotherapy. When he interviewed for the job, he made it clear to the owner that he needed to be off on Wednesdays because that was the day he took his wife for chemotherapy, which was a 2-hour drive each way. The owner understood and agreed. The sales manager started the next week. About 3 weeks later, in the Saturday morning sales meeting, the owner stands up and says that he is taking out a double full-page ad for a sale starting that day and running for 1 week. He said that all days off were canceled. The young sales manager spoke up sheepishly, reminding the owner he had to take his wife to chemotherapy that coming Wednesday. The owner stood there and actually said, and I quote, "I don't care if your wife has cancer. I don't care if you have cancer. I don't care if you're dying." I said, "All days off are canceled." I was stunned beyond belief. I was almost certain I had imagined it. I couldn't even think those words could come out of the mouth of another human being, especially your employer, about one of his managers, much less any human being. Shocked, I glanced around the table at the other managers and the salespeople, and the look on their faces was one of disbelief. I looked at him and asked him inquisitively, "Excuse me?" He responds that unless we had a hearing problem, we heard him just fine. I sit there stunned for probably 2 minutes. Although it felt like hours, disgusted, I get up and walk out of the meeting and go into my office. I closed the door and sat there for the next 45 minutes thinking. Finally, I get up, leave my office, and walk into the owner's office. I resign on the spot. No notice, no nothing. I told him he didn't deserve notice and that I was leaving immediately. He asked me what the hell I'm doing and who the hell do I think I am. I tell him I'm a human being, but I don't know what he is, and I don't work for monsters. I've never walked out on a job in my life, ever, but this man deserved no respect because he didn't give any. The last thing I said to him as I walked out the door was, "Have a phantasmagorical day," with my middle finger raised up in the air in the salute he deserved.